The Bible is full of interesting names, each carrying its own significance and story. One name stands out among them all: Elohim. This ancient Hebrew word translates to God, but its meaning goes far beyond a simple title. Elohim is more than just a name. It embodies the essence of divine power and authority. It hints at something bigger, something immensely powerful and awe-inspiring. In the Bible, Elohim is intrinsically linked to the act of creation itself. Imagine the universe being born, stars igniting, and galaxies forming. That's the kind of unimaginable power we're talking about when we say Elohim. Elohim is a force of nature, shaping the world with each divine command and intention. We see this reflected in how the name appears throughout the scriptures. Often it's used alongside verbs that denote grand, sweeping actions. Think of creating the heavens and the earth, bringing forth life, or executing divine judgment. This usage tells us that Elohim is not a passive force, but an active, dynamic presence. Elohim is active, mighty, and deeply involved in the unfolding story of humanity, guiding and shaping it with divine will. The word Elohim is a bit of a puzzle. It's plural in Hebrew, which means it refers to more than one being. This has intrigued scholars and theologians for centuries. In Hebrew, Elohim is like saying gods instead of God. This plural form has led to a lot of discussion and debate among experts. Some scholars argue that the plural form is a way of showing the majesty and greatness of a singular God. It's a linguistic tool to emphasize the power and awesomeness of the divine. This perspective suggests that using Elohim in a plural form is similar to saying the heavens to describe the sky, a way to convey grandeur and vastness. However, other scholars believe that the use of Elohim indicates that ancient people believed in the existence of multiple gods. This view is supported by various ancient texts and archaeological findings. These texts often refer to a pantheon of deities, each with their own distinct roles and attributes. The term Elohim could be a reflection of this polytheistic belief system. Among these gods, there were those known as the Shining Ones. These deities were often associated with bright lights in the sky, such as stars and planets. The Shining Ones were revered for their power and mystery. They were seen as celestial beings who had a significant influence on the world and its inhabitants. These deities were often depicted as bright lights in the night sky, symbolizing their divine nature and their role as guides for humanity. The Shining Ones were not just passive observers. They were believed to have a hand in creating the world and guiding humanity through its early stages. Their influence is evident in various creation myths and stories where they are portrayed as powerful and benevolent figures, guiding humanity towards civilization and knowledge. The book of Genesis is where we first meet Elohim, a name that holds profound significance in the Hebrew Bible. In the very first verse we read, "In the beginning, God, Elohim, created the heavens and the earth." This opening line sets the stage for the entire narrative, establishing Elohim as the supreme architect of all existence. This tells us that Elohim is the ultimate creator, the force behind the cosmos, the stars, and the very fabric of reality itself. The name Elohim is plural, hinting at a complex and multifaceted nature. Everything we see around us came from them. The mountains, the oceans, the forests, and the skies, all are manifestations of Elohim's creative power. This divine act of creation is not just a historical event but a continuous process that sustains the universe. Later in Genesis we see Elohim creating humans. This act is described with intimate detail, showing the special relationship between the divine and humanity. They shape us from the dust of the earth and breathe life into us. This breath of life signifies more than just physical existence. It represents the imparting of a divine spark, a soul. Genesis 6 verse 2 talks about the sons of God, Beni Elohim, coming to earth. These beings, also divine, interact with humanity in ways that are both mysterious and profound. They marry human women and have children. This union between the divine and the mortal produces offspring that are extraordinary in nature. These children become known as the Nephilim, mighty heroes who were both admired and feared. They are described as giants, beings of great strength and renown whose very existence blurs the line between the human and the divine. These stories show that the Elohim were not distant beings. They were deeply involved in the world they created, influencing events and shaping destinies. They were actively involved in the lives of humans, for better or worse. This involvement underscores the complex relationship between the divine and the mortal, a relationship that continues to fascinate and inspire to this day. The idea of shining ones wasn't unique to the ancient Hebrews. Other cultures had similar beings in their myths. The Sumerians had the Anunnaki. These were powerful deities who lived in the heavens. They were said to have created humans to do their work. The Babylonians had similar stories about the Apkallu. These were wise beings sent by the gods to teach humanity. They were often depicted with wings, just like angels. And in ancient Egypt, the pharaohs were considered to be descended from the gods. They were seen as intermediaries between the divine and the human. One group of Elohim deserves special mention: the Watchers. These angelic beings were tasked with watching over humanity. They were supposed to guide us and protect us from harm, but somewhere along the way, some of the Watchers disobeyed. They shared forbidden knowledge with humans. This knowledge led to chaos and corruption. The story of the Watchers is a reminder that even divine beings can be tempted and fall from grace. The concept of the Elohim, the Shining Ones, has had a lasting impact on our world. Their story is a reminder that we are not alone in the universe. From ancient myths to modern science fiction, the idea of powerful beings from the stars continues to fascinate us. The Elohim remind us that there are forces at work in the universe that we may never fully understand. They challenge us to look beyond ourselves and to consider the possibility of something greater than ourselves.